I love it.
My bluegrass part, you know.
Yeah, it's all there.
Okay, it's all. Someone put something together with something else. And,
Down one step.
all right, I got to do my thing.
Bye bye.
I know. Can we switch spots? We were sort of all going to be on this step. Are we able to go down a little bit more? Yeah, you were.
You guys are on stage.
your name?
Do you want to drink?
Oh, right.
No, I mean, I want you to know.
I'll hand them out.
So if you...
Okay, good.
What would be easiest for you? Hey, Rabbi?
Yes.
Can I have a question with you? I need to get his compass. So they're going to be here and then going away for a while. He needs to get back from some pre-weddings. So he's being But that would just be like coming up and then getting ready to play, right?
We got an announcement. Oh yeah, the announcement's going forever.
It doesn't stand the way ties to things.
All right, shall we? I think we shall. Just getting the kids ready.
Annie.
We're just gonna stand here and we'll talk. Okay, fantastic. This is the awkward stuff. All you awkward kids. See, this is why we never get invited to the parties. This is not the strongest start.
That's what I'm asking. Do you want me to move back over
Yeah.
afterwards?
Post building.
Okay.
Okay, eyes on us. We're gonna start with Annie.
Shabbat Shalom, how good it is, how sweet it is that we get to be here together.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom, and we are going to keep singing and get that energy. If the Spirit moves you, stand up, dance around. It's Hanukkah comes early at Congregation Beth Israel, so we are in the Hanukkah spirit and so much to celebrate tonight, and we have our Oneg singers, our Oneg band How amazing to have our young people join us today and bring us more joy. So let's continue. We'll have some Hanukkah music. We can all be a Sivi Vaughn, and maybe we can turn. We'll see. Service. We are so lucky to be here together to celebrate light, the Festival of Lights. Hopefully you saw all the amazing lights out front and the amazing blow-ups every year. There's more like fun crowns and all sorts of stuff to get us in the spirit in these darkest days on our calendar to be able to bring more light, and not just outside, but all of our lights to this amazing space, because we bring the light and bring so much light to each other. Let's take a moment to welcome each other, to introduce yourself, to see those around you and bring more light. You can even stand up. Maybe that'll get used to standing up so that we can stand up more during our service.
You can do it. You can stand.
You can meet somebody that you didn't walk in here with. You can introduce yourself. You can wish each other a Shabbat Shalom and early Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah. Pre-Hanukkah.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. I don't know how far it goes. Shabbat Shalom to you all. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
I feel like we're in D.C.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
I know. I need a picture of the Here you go. Yeah, come on in. Come on in. On the count of 132. Good job.
So Dan, they're going to be hanging out.
Oh, yeah, that's next. Right.
So how do we, right?
No, you can take it back. Don't let then we're going to do the Saturdays. So there is.
Right, and then we'll have to take it again. Come on, then we get it down and then do something. And then join us for also.
So as we're coming back, let's get coming back into our place. We've got a lot of singing, a lot of prayers that we have to do. We are not yet at Hanukkah. It's so hard. We just want to be there, but we're not quite ready to be there. But we are getting ourselves ready and excited for this beautiful time and beautiful lights. I want to take this opportunity. I think everybody has probably noticed this incredible Chanukiah that's up here. We're not going to light it today because it's not yet Hanukkah, but I want to tell about this because we're having it up here for the very first time. This was a gift that was given to us by a grandfather of some of our congregants here. Ken Salzberg is his name. His kids, Joshua and Sarah, and grandchildren, Amelia and Evelyn. He wrote this about this Chanukiah. 2 years ago, he said, "We lost our home to the glass fire in Sonoma and Napa counties in California. As part of my own healing process, I took the remains of my wooden carvings that were destroyed in the fire and began reworking them. When I realized that all my Hanukkah menorahs, all those that we'd collected and inherited, had also been destroyed in the fire, I quickly fashioned a self-made Hanukkah menorah out of one piece of burned wood and charcoal, and an idea was born. Over the course of the past year, I created 10 of these pieces, and the largest one is a gift to Congregation Beth Israel." So that's this beautiful Chanukiah, and we want to thank Salzbergs for this incredible gift, and a reminder that the fires that we're seeing due to climate change are really happening all around us, and there's been a lot of loss, and it's incredible that some people were able to take that loss and turn it into something really beautiful that will be remembered in our community. So thank you so much. We're going to bring the lights of Shabbat into our community. So Cantor, if you will lead us, please. And we'll ask everyone to please rise. The only one who doesn't have a microphone. Amen. Why don't you come?
Please join us in Kiddush. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho me'ahava uvratzon inchilanu, zikaron le'maseh bereshit, ki hu yom tefila le'mikra'e kodesh, zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim, kivanu bacharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh HaShabbat.
Amen. L'chaim.
L'chaim. Please be seated.
Continue to welcome the Sabbath bride with L'chadodi Likrat Kala.
Amen.
doors, we welcome the Sabbath bride.
Roi v'shalom, ater b'alam, gam b'simcha u'v'tzola, toch emunei am segula, roi chala, lecha dodi,
Remain standing for our call to prayer for our Baruch Hu.
Let us all with joy soon feel the light of Hanukkah, hope burning bright, and with each new flame flickering pure and strong, may we be renewed as we sing our song.
To come join us on the bima to lead us in Shema. We're going to gather all that light that we're creating together, gather inside for a quieter moment of Shema, that we are all created in the image of divine, and that divinity together creates wholeness.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Yai lalai lalai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lalai lalai lai, yai lalai lalai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lalai lalai lai. your children to hope, to love and to know what is right. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad.
You can have a seat, but maybe you'll still be inspired by the music of Love Adonai. We got a little taste of Yahavta coming out of Shema. We love God with all our hearts, with all our souls, with all our might. We love this version, mostly over the summer, so we're going to bring some of that summer energy into our pre-Hanukkah celebration.
It's still summer.
It's summer in Australia. Hafta tells us about how we are supposed to teach all of this, all of our tradition, and what it means to be part of Jewish community on to the next generation. And one of the first things that we can do as we teach our children is to bring them into community formally by giving them a Hebrew name in front of friends and family. And just when we thought there wasn't enough cuteness with all of our crazy sweaters and lights and all this, but and lots of children, there's also baby. There's a baby here. Baby Abigail, our office baby. We have our other office babies here too, so I'm not gonna leave Pierce out. But tonight, Abigail gets her time in the light, in the spotlight, and we always joke she can't come up by herself. So we're gonna invite Laura and Max to come bring baby Abigail up to the bima so we can welcome her into our Jewish community.
Baruch haba b'shem Adonai berachnuchem mi beit Adonai.
We're going to ask everyone to please rise. We're going to open the ark. That means you all are the ones who are in the ark. So come stand.
Wow.
We're going to wrap you. You are being wrapped in our congregational talit. I'm thinking because Laura works with us, so Laura knows all of this already, and maybe this talit that you have seen many times, but now you are being wrapped as a family, this talit that Rabbi brought back from Israel, what do we think, 16 years ago? A long time ago. So we have wrapped
seen a lot of blessings.
many of blessings. So this is our smachot talit, full of good blessings, which hopefully you're feeling, and now you get to add this joyous occasion to our talit.
And look, she knows so much about Shabbat, this Shabbat menucha, Shabbat rest. It's very, very smart. Every child comes into the world with a message that God is not discouraged with us. For with every child comes the hope for new possibilities. Every child brings fresh energy into the world for greater fulfillment and purpose to all the lives that surround it. Each new soul is testimony to our conviction that we still believe that life is good, that life is worthwhile. The hope is here. That hope is our celebration as we give that hope a new name.
And so we are going to give her her new Hebrew name. We say, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, kayem et hayelda hazot, v'ikara shma b'Yisrael, Avigail Pardes, bat Eliyahu Laor. Zot hakatana gedola tihiyeh kashem sheniknas labrit, ken tikanes l'Torah l'chupa u'lema'asim tovim. Our God and God of our ancestors, sustain this child through her parents' loving care. Let her be known among our people Israel by the name of Avigail Pardes. May her name be a source of joy to her and inspire her to serve our people and all humankind. May her parents rejoice in her growth of body and soul. As they have brought their daughter into the covenant, so may she, with wisdom and patience, lead her to a life filled with Torah, the blessing of learning and community, chuppah, a loving relationship worthy of God's blessing, and ma'asim tovim, the pursuit of good deeds. And together we say, Amen. So she has this beautiful name, and if you want to share a little bit, maybe we're bringing a mic to you. The cello mic.
So her first name is Abigail, so her Hebrew name is also Abigail. Her middle name is Orchard, and Pardes is Hebrew for orchard. And so what we loved about that initially is that it's her English name, but it's in an elevated and very special sentimental way, which is exactly what the name for her life cycle moments will be. So Abigail Pardes is her English name, Abigail Orchard, but just with that extra little zhuzh for all of those life cycle moments for which it will be used. We also loved that Pardes was the foundation for the word paradise, and that it's symbolic of the 4 layers of the Torah as well. And may she always be a student of the Torah. That's why we selected her.
Amen.
May I take her for a moment? I know she's so comfortable sleeping. Okay, but we're going to hold her up for everyone to see. There we go, sweetheart. Mishaberach Avotenu Avraham, Yitzchak v'Yaakov, v'imotenu Sarah, Rivka, Rachel v'Leah, v'yivarech et hayalda harakah hazot. May God, who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Leah, and Rachel, bless this child with life and with health. May she be a joy to her parents. May she live to bring honor to the house of Israel. Blessings to humanity. Glory to the name of God. And we all say together, Amen.
We want to offer you one more blessing all together.
May God bless you and protect you.
May God's light shine upon you and shine through you.
God's face always be turned towards you. May God grant you great peace in a world at peace. And we say, Amen.
Simen Tov and Mazel Tov and Mazel Tov and Simen Tov and Mazel Tov and Mazel Tov and Simen Tov and Mazel Tov and Mazel Tov and Simen Tov. Yehelanu, 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 Ulechol Yisrael. Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Ulechol Yisrael. Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Ulechol Yisrael. Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Ulechol Yisrael.
So we have some gifts for you. This beautiful certificate with one of the things that's fascinating is that other people in the office can make this certificate, not just you. So it's something that you can hold and to share. And baby's first Torah. little squishy Torah. What a surprise. Mazel tov to you. Mazel tov. Please be seated.
Every child not only brings us hope, but also brings us hope for redemption, the potential of peace that she can bring to our world, bringing us closer to a more perfect place. And so in her name, in her honor, we also sing our Micha Mocha, our song of freedom and liberation and redemption. Again, getting us Micha Mocha helps us know what season we're in, so you just feel that Hanukkah spirit. And now we'll rise for tefillah.
Tifta Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor VaHanora El Elyon Gomer Chasadim Tovim Vekoneh HaKol Vezocher Chasdei Avot Ve'imahot Umevii Gula Livnei Bneihem Le'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer U'Mashiach Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham Ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechayeh HaKol Atah Rav Lehoshia Mashiv HaRuach U'Morid HaGashem Mechakel Chayim Bechesed Mechayeh HaKol Berachamim Rabim Somech Noflim Verofei Cholim Umatir Asurim Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar Micha Mocha Bal Gevurot Umido Melach Melach Memit Umechayeh Umatzmiach Yeshua V'neman Natal HaChayot HaKol Baruch atah Adonai Mechayeh HaKol Atah Kadosh v'Shimcha Kadosh U'Kadoshim b'chol yom yalelucha Selah Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh.
On Hanukkah in our tefillah, we're not going to do these blessings right now, but it's important to note that we have these insertions, like during the high holidays, we have these on Hanukkah, on Purim, this Al Hanisim about miracles, and reminding us that these miracles are not a one-time event. The miracle that happened on Hanukkah is also the miracles that can happen today and the miracles that can happen in the future. And in this section of our prayer service, where we're not asking actually for anything, where we're thanking God for everything. And we're thanking God for these miracles that we can experience every day if we open ourselves up to the possibility of experiencing them, open ourselves up to the possibility of helping each other bring more miracles to life. And so if we start thinking about what is something that is a miracle in your life, it's a miracle that we are all here, even at that basic level. As a bad segue, it is a miracle when we get to celebrate our birthdays. And so we like to take an opportunity during our tefillah, and Shabbat, again, when we're grateful, when we're thankful, and we're focusing on gratitude and peace, that we want to celebrate. We want to honor that trip around the sun and the moon and this another year of life, because it is a miracle. And so if you are celebrating a December birthday, we are already to December birthdays, come join us on the pulpit for a December birthday blessing, some December birthdays.
Just watch the wires, but come
watch
on
the wire,
up.
December birthdays.
That's right. Come on right through here. Come on up. December birthday. What's your birthday? December what? So what is it? December 12th. So you just had your birthday the other day?
Yeah,
Oh.
we're going to go write it.
Hello. When was your birthday? Comment. Oh, solstice is Wednesday. I didn't even know. Come on up. Come on up.
Watch out.
You already had a birthday? Your birthday is tomorrow on Shabbat. Mind blown. That's awesome. Oh, and Gigi's got a fifth. All right. We'll invite everyone to please rise as we open the ark. So, as best as you can, come stand under our Sukkot Shalom. There we go. Hello and welcome. Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, God of our ancestors, God of our descendants. We thank you for the miracles that we experience every day. We thank you for the ability to celebrate birthdays, time to be together, to recognize each other, to recognize all the gifts that you've given us throughout this year, the promise that we have for the year to come. We pray that it will be a year of growth, that it will be a year of health, that it will be a year of peace. May we come together and celebrate in peace. As you're going back to your seats, Rabbi Joseph has some special treats for you here. So I will lift them. You've got some chocolates or non-chocolate, as you prefer. You by all means.
Everyone else, you can
Like
have
it's a
a seat.
choice.
We'll take a moment as the candy's going out, but a moment to focus on our own miracles. Take a moment for our own private meditations, our own private recognition of what are those miracles in our lives in this moment.
There you go, sweetheart.
Light is the symbol of this season, and each one of us can be a light when we try to bring out the light in another, when we look into the eyes of another and we see and we appreciate their God-given light. Kim Schneiderman wrote this beautiful, beautiful song, Or Elohim Banu, that the light of God is within each one of us.
Inside our every brokenness as we reveal the light. Elohim Banu, or Elohim
we're going to turn to our moment of memory, which we normally don't do in this moment. We do it a little bit later, but we want to do it now, and thinking about, again, this idea of light. And the light is always there, and even when people are no longer physically with us, their light is always a part of us. Their light is always inside of us. We know that energy never dies. So we think about the light, we think about the people that we have lost physically, but they are all here, they are surrounding us, they are with us in this moment. So we think of those most recently passed in our community: Diane Greenberg, James Winkler, and those whose yard site, the anniversary of their death, fall at this time: Miriam B. Aiken, Herbert Alexander, Dorothy Anker, Milton Berman, George Blackstein, Marilyn Blauschild, Elizabeth Cantor, Sylvia Carl, Fred Carr, Marie Cogan, Booth Coleman, Fanny Director, Marjorie Easton, Mindy Ellman, Bertha Englander, David Exposito, Herman Fagan, Anna Phoebes, Hilda Finger, Esther Fishman, Eva Friedman, Gerald Frieder, Muriel Friedman, Ann Goldsmith Barr, Stanley B. Goodman, Lily Grover, William L. Head, Nathan Hellman, Cecilia Hoban, Frank Hochfeld, Robert Stewart Joseph, Molly Katz, Vera Katz, Homer Kaiser, Morris Korak, Ada Kraus, Ruth Coleman, Hannah R. Lang, Herbert R. Lauderstein, Ben Meyer Levin, Olga Lewin, Joseph Lipschultz, Rose Lyman, Dora Mannheim, Ruth Margolin, John May, S. Julius Mayer, Judith Meller, Norman Mindel, Robert Arthur Nagel, Annalise Nathan, Fanny Oldstein, Louise Pakasinski, Mark Peterman, Mary Frances Peters, Morris Poland, Anita Reinhorn, Gerald Richard, Larry Ringer, Nathan Rosen, Harry Rubin, Jean Moss Rustin, Mary Salkin, William Salkin, Louis Sandoz, Adele Savinar, Sol Sachs, Jack Schneiderman, Nathan Shapiro, Alan E. Shevek, Samuel N. Schleifer, Nisa Menashe Schleifer, Ovid Sofer, Jacob Solomon, Ladislao Les Mordechai Soltez, Max Somak, Morton Steinhorn, Paul Sullivan, Gertrude Sussman, Joseph Monroe Thom, Rosalind Waltzman, Morris Wolfson, Corrine Wolfson, Margie Warble, Ethel Young, Daniel Zell, Norman Zimmerman. If you're also in a period of mourning, honoring the memory of a loved one, or I mispronounced your loved one's name, and you'd like to share with the community, please do so now. We honor all of their memories as we rise for Kaddish Yatom. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach yurtei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayachon of Yomachon u'v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'visman kari v'imru, Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mivarach le'olam u'almei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal, shemei d'kudusha b'richu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru, Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'el kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, Hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'el kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, to all the world, to which we say, Amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. Please be seated.
The Latka who couldn't stop screaming by Lemony Snicket. This story ends in someone's mouth, but it begins in a tiny village more or less covered in snow. The snow had fallen during the long night, during which children had pressed their faces to the windows, looking for a glimpse of a man who they suspected of bringing them wonderful gifts. But instead, they heard a terrible noise from a certain cottage in a neighboring arrondissement, a word which here means a place where something was being born. Now, this cottage was already regarded with some suspicion, as it was the only one place not decorated with flashing colored lights at this time of year. The thing that was being born was a latke, a word which here means potato pancake. Latkes are a traditional part of the celebration of Hanukkah, a holiday commemorating a miraculous Jewish military victory. Now nearly everything in this world is born screaming, and the latke was no exception, even though the latke wasn't conceived and born the way that you and I were conceived and born, but instead was fashioned from grated potatoes, chopped onions, beaten eggs, and a dash or two of salt. Once these ingredients were properly mixed, the latke was slapped into a pan full of olive oil, heated to a very high temperature, and this is where it began to scream. Ah! Ah! The latke was suffering so much that it leapt out of the hot pan and out onto the window of the cottage and began to run screaming down the boulevard. Ah! This may seem like unusual behavior for a potato pancake, but this is a Christmas story in which things tend to happen that would never occur in real life. The latke ran past a row of flashing colored lights which hung from the rain gutters of a less suspicious cottage. "What's all the ruckus?" said the lights in unison. "We're the ones that are supposed to be dominating the neighborhood with our cheerful glow." "I was just thrown into a pan of boiling oil," the latke cried in reply. "Can you believe it?" "Yes," said the flashing colored lights, "but we can't imagine why." "Because I'm a latke," said the latke. "The olive oil reminds us of oil used to rededicate the temple following the defeat of Antiochus at the hands of the Maccabees. The oil was only supposed to last for one night, but there was a miracle, and it lasted for 8. Plus, frying makes my skin crispy and brown." "So you're basically hash browns," said the lights. "Maybe you could be served alongside a Christmas ham." "I am not hash browns," cried the latke. "I am something completely different." Ah! Ah! The latke rounded the corner and found itself face to face with a candy cane, which wrinkled its red and white nose at the latke in disgust. "I am trying to sprinkle the night air with my peppermint scent," the candy cane said. "Your mouth-watering smell, not to mention all the yelping, is spoiling the effect." "My mouth-watering smell is part of the cozy feeling of Hanukkah," the latke replied. "It reminds us that things are better now than they were in 175 BCE when my people were not allowed to practice their religion. In order to study the Talmud, they had to hide out in caves, and when they heard Greek soldiers approach, they pretended they were gambling with a small spinning top called a dreidel." "Sort of like Joseph and Mary hiding out in the manger," said the candy cane. "Someone should write a Christmas carol about you." I'm not part of Christmas, cried the Latka. It's a totally different thing. Ah! Ah! The screams of the Latka grew quieter and quieter as the pancake ran out of the village into the surrounding forest. Its utter fury was unabated, a phrase which here means the Latka was still very annoyed at the objects to which it had spoke. But it was quite tired, and so it decided to rest for a few minutes beneath the branches of a little pine tree. The pine tree was napping, but woke up at the sound of an object plopping down at its feet. Are you a present? The pine tree asked. Presents are pretty much the only thing allowed to sit beneath me during this time of year. The Latka sighed. Presents aren't really a big part of Hanukkah, it said, in a voice quite hoarse from all of its screaming. There's nothing wrong with giving gifts to loved ones, of course, but it's more important to light the candles for 8 consecutive nights to commemorate the miracle in the temple and the miracle of victory even when you're thoroughly outnumbered, so you shouldn't give up hope. Plus, Santa Claus, the pine tree said. The Latka was too exhausted to scream. Santa Claus has nothing to do with it, the Latka said. Christmas and Hanukkah are completely different things. But different things can often blend together, said the pine tree. Let me tell you a funny story about pagan rituals. But before the pine tree could begin its story, a family came trooping through the snow, searching the forest carefully. We shouldn't have waited until the last minute to get ready for the holiday, the father of the family said, who was holding an axe. We will never find a good one. Oh, you shouldn't give up hope, said the mother, and pointed to the pine tree. Look, it's perfect, said the daughter. Beautiful, said the son. Such a marvelous shape, said the mother. And its skin looks so crispy, said the father, and reached down, scooped the latke up from the snow. We'll need to reheat it, of course, but this will be perfect for Hanukkah dinner with a topping of applesauce, sour cream, or even jam. I'll refry it in oil, said the mother, to remind us of the rededication of the temple. And the triumph of the Maccabees over Antiochus, said the daughter. After hiding in caves all that time, the son chimed in. The father smiled and looked down at the mitten and then stared curiously at his other hand. What was I thinking, bringing an axe, he said to himself. The family strolled back to the village, walking past all of the cottages with flashing colored lights and smiling politely at the candy canes until they reached their home. The family carried the latke into the home, which was warm and cozy, and they sat down at the table, which was lit with the flickering candles of a menorah, or Chanukiah, which is a branched candelabra designed specifically for the holiday. It is very frustrating not to be understood in this world. If you say one thing and keep being told you mean something else, it can make you want to scream. But somewhere in this world is a place for all of us, whether you are an electric form of decoration, a peppermint scented sweet, a source of timber, or a potato pancake. On a cold, snowy night, everyone and everything should be welcomed somewhere, and the latke was welcomed into a home full of people who understood what a latke is and how it fits into this particular holiday. And then they ate it. Well, thank you for indulging us in a bit of silliness. Thank you, Lemony Snicket, for that incredible story. I love it very much. So many things happening. We want to invite you and have you continue all through the holiday of Hanukkah. We are going to have candle lighting every night online, just for a few minutes to gather together on Zoom and light the menorah. We're going to be doing it from various locations, people's homes, the clergy and staff here. We've got a great celebration that we want to bring you to.
On the first night, on Sunday, the 18th at 4, if you have tots, we're doing a Hanukkah tot, first night Hanukkah lighting at 4 p.m., and that is here, well, across the street.
Across the street.
Yes.
And then we'll be doing candle lighting here. And before we leave tonight, we're going to have some special treats as we leave to get ready for Hanukkah. And do pay attention to our incredible Hanukkah lights outside and blow-ups and all kinds of things. And thank you to Chelsea, who did an incredible job with putting it all together. She's amazing. She just came back from Washington, D.C. with Rabbi Joseph and me, and we were leading a group of teens, some of whom are right up here, and still had the energy to make all of these incredible lights.
One other in-person event that's open to everybody is Rabbi Joseph has invited us all over to her house on Thursday night for Hanukkah, so don't miss that. You can call the office and they'll give you her address.
And there are latkes in store for you as well.
Yes, there are.
Following all of this great Hanukkah celebration, in early January, the Martin Luther King weekend, one of the highlights of our year, our Kol Echad volunteer choir, which is joined together with members of Northwest Freedom Singers, and Ron Silver is a big part of that experience. Our special guest, Leroy Clemens, interesting biography. I'm not going to have time to tell you all about him, but it's very, very worthwhile. We had a number of our teens who were very recently in Mississippi with Ron Silver and with Chelsea, as a matter of fact, and they met Leroy Clemens there, and so they're going to be together here as well. He's going to be meeting with some of our teens. On the Monday of Martin Luther King weekend, we're having a special day of service, and there will be some information going out about different projects that we can do all around town. So please keep an eye out for that. There will also be information, not yet on the website, but will be very soon. We want you to sign up for a project to do on that day and be a part of it. For the MLK service, I neglected to mention, but please invite friends to come to that service. It is open to the entire community. We always have a great turnout, and for many people, a lot of people have told me it's the first time they've been inside of our sanctuary. Often people walk past and say, I wonder what that is. I hope that you will feel comfortable inviting people to be part of that experience. And also coming up, our Taste of Temple is going to be on March 19th. We've got some great plans coming up for that, so keep that in mind. And thinking about the summer, we have started now for just a short period of time. We've had a remarkable gift that helps kids go to Jewish summer camps. Ben Sandler, wherever Ben is hiding, right out there, can give you the details of that. But if you've got a young person in your life who is looking for an opportunity for a summer experience, summer Jewish experience, we want to make sure that happens. There are many choices and opportunities, but we're here to help make that all happen.
Before we send you out with a Hanukkah song, I want to make sure that we thank our Oneg choir and our Oneg band. Really beautiful. As well as their fearless leaders, Cantor Raina Green and Jonathan Meek. Thank you to all of our other musicians, to Kim Schneiderman, to Arthur Steinhorn, to Tim Ribner, to Ben Sandler. Thanks to everyone. So we're going to send you off with 8 little candles.
8 little candles in Ladino this time.
Hanukkah linda está aquí. 8 candelas para mí. Hanukkah
Shabbat Shalom and have a wonderful Hanukkah.
Hanukkah Sameach.